Hi there, you're listening to TLDR on Earshot, a podcast where we answer the question everyone is asking and we make it crisp and fast. I am Garima and with me is my co-host Dipavali.
Hi Garima, thanks for having me.
So today we are talking about something a little bizarre but true. A new kind of service has started in one of the busiest markets of Delhi, Lajpat Nagar. Now people can hire a personal helper on an hourly basis who will carry their shopping bags, wait in food queues, help them find seating in crowded places, guide them to transport points, and set up a foldable chair when they get tired. Yet another example of micro outsourcing in India's urban ecosystem. But what does this mean? Is it a good development or a bad one? And what does it mean for people who will be offering such services? And also, what does it imply about people who are taking such services? So let's set the context here. Let me tell you how micro outsourcing has taken over Indian homes and lives. First, we brought salon to our homes, then plumber, electricians, carpenter, bathroom cleaning, and whatnot. Then started the culture of grocery delivery at doorstep and the local package delivery and porter services. People started getting spa and massages at home, and it didn't stop there. House help on leave get instant help via apps like Urban Company, Pronto, Snapit, and others. Now there are cooks also available in case your help is on leave and you're throwing a small house party. You give them the menu and they will prepare an elaborate meal for your guests. So basically, urban India doesn't want to do any of these jobs themselves anymore. Any work needs to be done, you hire a help via an app, be it a dog walker, jogging assistant to carry your towel, water bottle, and phone. And now things seem to go a little out of hands, I assume. Hiring a helper for carrying your shopping bags. This is a bit too much, and I don't know why people can't do some of the work themselves. Please move your limbs a little bit.
I would agree with that. Though, I would say that this topic deserves a little more deeper dive, where it's not just about laziness on the part of urban Indians, but also the way our work life is structured, which makes us resort to such options. However, of course, I agree with the fact that a shopping assistant and a jogging assistant is pretty outrageous. But let's take a look at why this has happened. Now, urban life has become really demanding. More women have joined the workforce. Many professionals are single and they're living by themselves in a city where they have no one else to fall back on. So one person handles multiple responsibilities. At the same time, though we are progressing in many ways, households are still structured very traditionally. Household chores largely fall on the women, even if she's working outside the house. So as many of them join the workforce, household work naturally needs to be outsourced. Again, with both spouses leaving the house early, the demand for help peaks in the early morning hours, and help is not always available at the hour you want them. So I can understand the proliferation of these house help on-demand services. They do solve a problem. Quick commerce is also a convenience, though I may have my reservations about it, mostly because it's a drain on your wallet. Also, your local kirana store or a shopping complex will be quite nearby, probably just 10 minutes away and you can walk to it. Also, delivery jobs are probably not the kind of employment that will take us to Viksit Bharat 2047. But still, I do not deny the importance that these jobs have in bringing income to people who would otherwise be unemployed. As far as a helper for joggers and shoppers is concerned, such occupations are outrageous. Like I agreed with you. It can be convenient for the customer taking the service, but the fact that people might actually sign up for such roles just shows the dearth of any meaningful employment in our country. Such services are simply disguised unemployment.
Yeah, you're right. I completely agree with you. And now the other aspect is how sustainable or necessary this is. So I agree that it is very difficult to comment, give a very hard and fast yes or no for such thing. But I think these jobs exist because people are available to do these jobs. The level of unemployment that we have, like this becomes a source of passive income for someone. So of course we can't take it away from them if they're getting a chance to earn something. So it is better than nothing. But it is like a slap in the face. Like it shows how, there is a lack of decent job in Indian markets, that people are taking up even these jobs. And it is true that given the vast demography that India has, not every section of the society has the resources to, get the necessary skills to do a decent job that offers you regular income. But this shows how desperate people are for any job that can help them earn a little. And it also shows how demanding urban life has become. People either don't have enough time and energy to do all of these work, so they're hiring somebody else, or they possibly have a lot of money and they are getting used to, everything being super comfortable and convenient for them, that they don't want to anything themselves anymore. I mean, hiring someone to carry your shopping bags is a little too much, of course. And besides this, on a serious note, I think employers also need to be a little sensitive to the demands of urban life. Like working hours can be made a bit more flexible, and these outdated attendance mechanisms should be discarded. Work from home should be explored as a possibility. I've heard of offices that demand on time arrival, which is fine, but also that employees have their breakfast at home and punch in after they park their cars and not before. I mean, such minute time mapping is absolutely ridiculous. So, this doesn't make anyone more productive, but simply stresses them out. And very importantly, women, especially married women in the workforce, they often have to make arrangements for their in laws and children before they set out for work. So, such additional labor that women must perform is never counted by the corporate rule setters. So, it is definitely not a level playing field or end for everybody.
Absolutely, Garima. I wholeheartedly agree with your views there. Now, let's turn to a question where we address what all of this means for the dignity of labor. Okay, jobs are transactional. You pay me to do a service, I do it for you. I understand. But service providers, especially people like house helps and drivers, the way we've grown up, they become a part of the household. So they're a familiar face and a trusted person in your circle. So these are relationships that are built over time, even generations for that matter. But many households treat service providers with disregard. Often there's a trust deficit in the relationship that goes both ways. Still, the pandemic taught us a good lesson that, service providers are so essential to the functioning of urban life. And in fact, even the recent labor shortage sort of a crisis where everybody returned to their homes during the election time, that also revealed how necessary these people are in the functioning of daily life. So even micro outsourcing, for that matter, shows us how important the roles of these service providers is. Our lives depend on them. I would argue that app-based services do lend some dignity to labor. Perhaps customers stop viewing support staff as bonded labor, but rather as professionals worthy of respect. Maybe it's the uniform they have, maybe it's the tools they bring with them, maybe it's the courtesies they offer, whatever it is. It appears that the people who use these apps for even passive income, they have some bargaining power. However, at the other end of the spectrum are these outrageous assistance jobs for joggers and shoppers. Again, if there are people willing to do these jobs, we can't stop them. But the question is, why would India's working age population resort to such menial occupations? Yes, we have a huge demography, like you said, Garima. Yes, everyone may not be skilled for more intellectually demanding jobs. But that we can't gainfully employ our people shows a failure of our own system. And I'm afraid that outrageous occupations like these will further wedge a gap in society between haves and have-nots. And at the same time, what does this even say about society where a simple act of assistance is monetized? I understand where this kind of comes from because India does not have a tipping culture. So it's practically non-existent. And maybe that's why it probably makes sense to already set a fee for a certain kind of service. Like, I will carry these shopping bags to your car, or I will carry them this much distance away and you pay me this much. I've even seen that happen. Ultimately, the existence of such jobs is a reflection of our society. I'm afraid these app-based services won't really bring a cultural shift, that is, of service providers with the dignity they deserve. It might just deepen the fractures that already exist in society. At least that's my point of view.
Yeah, I think you are absolutely right about this. Now, another point that I want to focus on is that how can urban Indians can reclaim their lives? Because all of these services and everything, this seems very convenient. This looks good that, okay, you need to get a job done, you're paying someone. So in a way, people might think, okay, this is sort of an employment or whatever. But I don't think so. First of all, this is not a very respectful, you cannot call it a respectful job or employment.
Absolutely.
Besides it, it is also eroding our self-dependence. Firstly, we have started to look at someone else to do our jobs for us. Initially, when house helps used to take off for a couple of days, people used to do their house chores themselves. Washing a couple of dishes or basic cleaning of the house or folding the laundry were not considered to be that difficult tasks that you cannot perform them yourselves for a couple of days. But now people don't want to make that effort anymore. Like possibly, I do agree that in urban India, there are a lot of families, a lot of people who do not have enough time to do all of these jobs. But I think it has also become, more of a trend. Like, yeah, people, something is not available, you just either order immediately. House help is not available, just, request it on our app. Though in an hour, you will get a house help.
Yeah. It's a habit.
Yeah. For the smallest of tasks, like even if the house help is not coming for, utensil cleaning or, cleaning, mopping and all of that, you're asking people to come for chopping vegetables, folding the laundry. So it is more of a trend now and not the necessity.
Yeah.
And what people don't realize is that anyway, the urban India is not leading a very healthy lifestyle. We are not physically very active or fit. And amid that, we have also started depending, on smallest of works. We want someone else to do it for us. So we are reducing even the smallest amount of physical labor that we used to do. So reduced effort, reduced step count, more comfort will only make us more unhealthy, is what I feel. And of course, the added financial burden. Why most of the people are letting, living a hand-to-mouth kind of a situation. There are so many credit card bill spending, so many fancy shopping bill spending and everything. Besides that, if you're, hiring helps for smallest of daily tasks, it will add up to your monthly expense and you will not even realize it. So I think it is not good for neither your physical health nor your financial health.
I understand where you're coming from. Urban India definitely needs to take a hard look at themselves. Employers too need to adjust to more flexible ways of work that promote a healthy work-life balance. Their rules must incorporate the hard realities, the hard-lived realities of urban life. And honestly, men should also pull their weight in household chores. It's absolute time for them to do so. It's the 21st century. And finally, let's be a little less lazy and much more organized. That's all from us on this episode of TLDR. See you in the next episode. And until then, take care. Goodbye.
You are listening to Earshot Podcasts. Find us on our website, earshot.in, on YouTube at Earshot Media, and download our app, Earshot, Indian Podcast app.